Nothingness. In daily life, it sounds simple. We open the fridge, look at the shelf and say, there is nothing here. But if nothingness were that simple, I wouldn't spend years writing a book about it. In this episode, I want to show you how a missing egg from your fridge leads us toward zero, time, and the age of the physics.
In daily life, nothing is easy. If there are no eggs in the fridge, we say there's nothing. But think about what you are actually saying. To notice that there are no eggs, you must already know what an egg is. You must know the fridge, the shelf, the breakfast, the hunger. So this is not pure nothingness. This is absence. Something could be there, but isn't. The stage exists. The actor is missing. Real nothingness would be very different. It is not an empty shelf. It is a state where the shelf never existed. The fridge never existed. And even the idea of an egg never existed. You can sit in a dark room and say, I see nothing. But deep down, you still know the room is there. Real nothingness is not the dark room. Real nothingness is a reality where there is no room to be dark in the first place.
Let me make this visual. Imagine a simple line right in front of you. In the middle, there is zero. On the left, negative numbers. And on the right, positive numbers. Now, keep this line in mind, because this isn't just math. This is how we think about time and existence every single day.
Think of your life on that number line. Everything that has already happened, your childhood, yesterday's fight, last year's heartbreak, lives on the negative side. It exists, but only as memory. Everything that might happen, your next job, your future lover, your unborn grandchild, lives on the positive side. It is not real yet. It exists as a potential. And right in the middle, between all those ghosts and all those possibilities, there is a tiny, fragile point, zero. That point is now the exact moment you are breathing in. So what is nothingness here? It is not -3 or 5. It is not yesterday or tomorrow. Real nothingness is a state where this line itself never existed. No past, no future, no now, not even a place for numbers to stand on.
Zero looks empty. It looks like nothing. But it is actually the most powerful spot on that entire line. It is where past and future touch each other. It is the only place where a memory becomes a choice and a possibility becomes a reality. Zero is not absence. Zero in the hinge between everything that was and everything that still could be.
In math, zero is strange. Divide by it and everything breaks. Multiply by it and everything disappears. In my mind, zero acts like two things at once. On one side, it behaves like a black hole. Put any number next to it, 10, 100, a million, and it swallows all their value. On the other side, it behaves like a white hole. Without zero, the whole number system cannot expand. You can't build 10, 100, or 1000. So zero both destroys value and creates it. It is the place where nothing becomes the tool that makes everything possible. Physics has a similar problem. When we push equations back in time to the very beginning, everything collapses into a strange point we don't fully understand. Is that real nothingness? Or is it just another kind of zero we haven't learned to read yet?
Okay, we've gone from your fridge to the number line, to zero as a black hole and a white hole. Now, let's return to something simple, an egg. in your hand.
Physics has a very brutal rule. Matter and energy cannot be created from absolute nothing. You can burn the egg, boil it, eat it, let it rot, but in every case, it is matter and energy, just change form. In other words, in the physical universe, there is no such thing as pure nothingness. There is only transformation. This is what the law of thermodynamics tells us in a very dry mathematical way. The first law says you don't get something from nothing. The second law says everything moves from order to disorder, from low entropy to high entropy. The third law says if everything reached perfect stillness, absolute zero, nothing could change ever again. So, where is nothingness here? Not in the egg, not in the fire, not in the smoke. The egg never becomes nothing. It becomes breakfast, or ashes, or rot, but always something. Pure nothingness does not show up in an experiment. It only shows up in one place, our mind, as a question, as a horizon, as a limit of thought.
When I say nothingness, I am not using a poetic word. I am pointing at the strange gap between what physics allows and what the human mind can imagine. In daily life, nothing means I don't have what I want. No money, no love, no meaning. But that's not nothingness. That's just a shelf waiting for something to arrive.
Seen this way, emptiness is not an enemy. The empty shelf in your fridge is a problem if you are hungry, but on a deeper level, that emptiness is also space, a place where something new can appear. The same is true inside you. When old beliefs collapse, for a while, you feel like there is nothing left. No identity, no certainty, no solid ground. But if you look closely, that nothing is not pure absence. It is the silence before a new sentence. It is the pause before a new decision. It is zero, waiting to choose a direction on the number line.
Maybe that's the real secret of nothingness. It is not a dark hole we fall into. It is the clear point we start from. The real question isn't, is there absolute nothingness out there? The real question is, what do I do with the empty spaces inside my life? As long as there is a zero in front of you, you always have a place to begin again. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.
Eterna is a book about the questions we all carry, where we come from, what we are, and where we go. It looks at nothingness, time, light, the mind, and creation. It is written for anyone who feels there is more behind life than what we see. If this resonates with you, you can join the journey and get the book, Eterna, the Myth of All Ages.